Welcome, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, who has not even tested a mic and decided to go live. So who cares? If it goes wrong, we do it again. Welcome, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to welcome all of you again this evening. It's a very special one. I will show you Toll Town as it is today. It's no secret about it. This is a very wonderful, wonderful time. We went to Toll Town live, went to Toll Town, and we did some video or more a year and a half or 2 years ago. But I decided to showcase that because I've always talked about Toll Town. What is this Toll Town? We'll find that out tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. First thing, this thing should have been on almost 2 hours ago, but it's so hot here in Sacramento. Right now, I have air conditioner, 2 fans running. And you have all the lights on, as you can see, and I'll show you here in a few minutes. You have all the lights on me, so it gets really hot for me. And I don't want to be out here, wetting my face and stuff. So I said, okay, let me just wait a little bit, let it cool off. By evening time, we will come on. So right now, I know it's around, what time is it? Around 7:10 over there in the East Coast. So a little bit cooled off. We have 1 air conditioner with 2 fans running, but it's still hot in here. So please bear with us. It's a holiday. Happy holiday to all of you. And we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time here this evening. But before I go on, safety, folks. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again for this wonderful, wonderful day. Lord, we thank you. Through your mercy that we're able to see another day. And we continue to ask. We're not going to stop asking you. We will continue to plead with you for you to give us longer days to come. Lord Jesus, we ask you. The disease is out there. But before we go that, Lord, we have our brother who I believe has been airlifted from Liberia, Minister Mobutu, and we continue to offer our sincere prayer, Lord. We ask you the other day, we want to glorify you now by you granting that mercy. We ask you publicly to provide some healing power, and you've done that, and you continue to do that. So we're standing here publicly again, what people are watching us, and we're glorifying your name, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. We know you're never going to forsake us because we're always asking you, and you know when we ask you, you come to our aid. And this is one of those. We'll continue to ask you, my Lord, even though he's moving his body and stuff like that, but he's not out of the wood yet. Please, my Lord, guide him, bless him, give him the mercy of healing. Please, fast healing, so this young man can be himself again. Lord Jesus, only through you that all of these things are possible. And with that tonight, we say thank you. But before we leave, my Lord, as you know, with the diaspora, we have 2 tables. We feed one here. This is holiday time. So most people are off work today, having good time with their family here in the diaspora. But they also have family back home. And so we feed 2 tables. We put food here on this table in the diaspora, and we put food on the table back home as well. And I also want to take this time, Lord, for you to continue to bless our spouses, the ladies, the men, that are allowing us as a partner to be able to understand that we have 2 tables, and they're helping us. They're not resisting. And we all continue to work together to put food on 2 tables. So, Lord, we ask you to continue to guide us in this disease. Only through you that all of these things are possible. And we will continue to ask you, and we will continue to glorify your name. Can you imagine man being in charge of Samson Toll life? Hey, please, my God, Jesus. Thank you, you're in charge of my life. Thank you, Jesus, you're in charge of my life and not men. And because of that, I will publicly praise you and say thank you. Bless our country. Bless our leaders. Give them wisdom for them to do good things for our country. With that, Lord, we say thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Folks, there's some things going on. I was on my show the other day, and this young man said, why don't you play other people's music? And I said, well, send me your music. It looked like besides the crown music, the other people keeping their music, they're fine. These people music fine. They're not easy. They're not easy. The 3-pedal music that this young man sent me, unbelievable. And I will be playing that right now. So please, join me as I introduce my show of Toad Town. Folks, you will find out as the video start playing, when I was doing the video, it was very emotional. But I tried to calm myself. The last time I was in Toad Town was in 1981, when my brother had just got killed. We went home. I stayed in Toad Town for 2 days after my brother was killed. I stayed in Toad Town for 2 days. I didn't have time to even say bye to my mom, nobody. I just told them I'm leaving. I grabbed my son, went to the gate, I had my money, got in the car, and that was it. I didn't look back. I did not say, well, because I knew when I get back to Monterey, I was going to come back to the United States. But I wasn't thinking, okay, let me take in this here, and maybe I can use this as a memory. And nothing like that. I left Toad Town, tears running down my face, hurt all over. I was going crazy. And I vowed for myself, I will be back. And I left Toad Town back in 1981. It was August of 1981 when tears of fire was rolling through my face. People didn't think I was going to be something, but they are not God. You know what God can do. So when I went back a year and a half ago, and I started making this video, you will find on one of the videos where I stood over the area where my mom kitchen used to be. That brought a lot of memory. Tears was in my eyes. But I have people, young people were fathering me, watching me. I have to compose myself. But it was difficult. Now that I'm free of that, I thought I'd just talk to you about it. It's a very serious video this afternoon, all about Toad Town. But before that, folks, let's listen to this pellet music. Beautiful music. And I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance. This is not 1981. I have 1 million kids. My brother who was killed, all his children, their kids, they're all here in the United States doing well. Doing well. I don't have to worry about it. My father and mother came here. Of course, they died here. They were buried here. I don't have anything to worry about anymore. Look at my life. I'm doing okay, I think. Why should I worry now? I have 2 of the best friends you can ever ask for. Nathaniel and Alfonso. I had my best friend before when I was in Liberia. This was just 2 times that. We talk every day. What do I have to worry about? Money? Yeah, I'm broke. But that's not all. I'm happy I have friends. I'm happy I have sisters and brothers. I brought 11 brothers and sisters, nieces, nephews here in the United States. They're all here. I only have 1 sister and her kids back home. That's the only person, and my stepmom. But the stepmom, her kids are all here doing well. In fact, some of them making more than I'm making. So I don't even have to worry about it. When I went home, you will see the stepmom here. Fixing fire for me, fixing water for me. What do I have to worry about now? This is not 1981, where I thought this is the end of my life. Thanks to Gabriel Zawiya, we're here. Thanks to Gabriel Zawiya, and I'll continue to say that. He and I, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. But thanks to Gabriel Zawiya, we're here. And we'll continue to move on. We ain't got nothing to worry about. I got nothing to regret or anything. I left Monrovia. I didn't even know how I got my passport. Most of the people that helped me with my passport, Baka Matthew, Thomas Kumba, they all there now. I can call their names. David Basher. Those people went, they got my passport, got my visa, almost the same day. Yeah, you got to leave. And I left Monrovia in the middle of the night. Never thought that I would get back to Monrovia. I went back and I kissed the ground, Rawafi. I was so happy to be back. And then I went to Toll Town. The wonderful, wonderful Toll Town. I decided I'm going to do a video of that. And I went around the town, the entire town, and did my video. And I'm going to be showing you that video tonight. So I hope you enjoy. It's a long one. It's a long video. 42, 45 minutes total video. Then another, almost an hour for the total combined video. Okay? The first video that I'm going to be showing you is about me expressing my gratitude for Town School. And you will hear my statement here. I gave the teachers so much trouble. It was unbelievable. If what I did, if my son were to do that, I think police people will come and arrest me. But guess what? My father was never like that. Nobody was allowed to touch me in school. And I became wild. Completely wild. And when the teacher to your car would say, Samson Toll. At that time, my name was Samson Brown. Samson, this is not it. Total is not the life. Oh, where I gotta go? I probably most likely go to Monrovia, maybe. That total of my life. That little village, I thought it was it. All was total. And I gave these people some terrible, terrible time. They gave me some punishment to cut grass, dig a palm tree. I did all of those things. But never stopped me. Never stopped me. I was still wild. However, one of the things they did for me, with all my bad behavior in total, and you will hear that in the video, they never suspended me. They never expelled me. All they have to do was they say, you're gone. And there was nothing my father would have done. Nothing. But they didn't do that. Why? I think they saw something in me. That this thing here, what Samson is doing, is just age thing. He's not going to stay like that forever. But one of the things Jakar pointed out to me one time was, Samson, you say you're bad, you fight, you stab people with knife and all those guys. You can't fight me. You big, you fight me, I give you injection, and you think I come to consider for you to beat me free? I beg you. Yeah. So he said, you do all of those things. Well, now once have you gone to jail for stealing? Why? And I explained to him. Because in total, when you steal, the entire town will get you in the middle of the town and put you on a bench, lay you down, the men hold your hand. And the messenger, they call them, and they will flock you. And your knee will be all over the entire district. Samson stole. So I told Mr. Carr, I said, I'm not going to steal from my knee. I'd rather fight. They say Samson can fight. Oh, Samson can fight. I don't mind that. But for me to steal, I won't do it. And he just, Professor, he's just a very short guy. Putu guy, very short guy. And he looked at me and laughed. He said, okay, that's fine. From that point on, he decided whatever he was, he would deal with me. And so class work, he made sure. In fact, one of the reasons, he told me this before I left to go to Monterey. One of the things that he used to do, since they were not, because if the teacher flogged me in school, my father taking them to court, no two-way street about it. And my father take you, be something told, they take you to court. So they know about it. So they were not, but what he did was, we have a spelling context. So all of you guys line up. And they give you a word to spell. Sometimes the word has about 6, 7 letters in it, and you miss them. So they go down the line. So the guy who spelled it correctly, the guy will come and flock all of you, 7 latches in your hand. So because of my high-handedness, he decided to put me first. So if I miss, the other children can flock me. But here's the thing. He always, I don't know why, but now that I've gotten older, I know now. Most of the kids that are ahead of me are bigger than me. And the one that I can flock all the way to the end. So they're not going to come to me. So I decided to outsmart Professor Carr. I said, you think because I'm frisky, I'm rude, you think I can't study? I started studying. Spelling. Up to now, I still don't know how to spell anyway. But I started studying. So he couldn't get me in spelling. So he said, okay, let's go to math. This is why today that I'm good at math, calculus, whatever math you throw my way, I will do it. I'm not a mathematician, but I do my best. So one of the things he used to do for me, we go to class, he'd show us all this stuff, multiplication, division, addition. There was no algebra at that time anyway. So, but the other kids were having difficulty trying to add. But here I am. I used to be in a diamond mine in Bapa, where people were digging diamond. They were playing money around, counting money. So I'm a little bit on this, the numbers I know. So we started going to math, addition. They couldn't flock me much. There was this one guy and one girl. This girl, she's a prophet now. She's a big-time prophet. But she was so smart, she had double promotion and left us behind. But because she's a lady, Professor Carr, thank you. Professor Carr knew that I had something for this girl in mind. So what he did was, because she was so smart, she will always be to the beginning. So she will always get it. So she doesn't have to flock me. You see where I'm going with this? As I'm talking, I'm feeling bad tears already in my eyes, It's bad. For somebody, people to care for you. To say, well, no matter what, this guy going to get out of here with something. It was unbelievable. We have the principal, who was much, much older, real older gentleman, old man, from Zaitan. But he also was in town to teach the children of the district. He was not from our district, but he came and embraced the children. And I will show you some picture here a few minutes from now. But the older kids, and most of them are all dead now, but the older kids, I think about 2, 3 before I got in, they were out before I got in. Anyway, but he was there to teach people. He taught lots of people. Bere, Masabudu, and those are people different, Joseph Jiro, James K., Joseph K., Gabriel Zawiye, you name him, Samu Zawiye. He teach and taught everybody. Nobody's the mute. And this is what he used to say, Ma, wala declare. Well, this is what he's saying, though. My. Well, I declare. But he doesn't go like that. Ma, wala declare. Until I came to America and I heard somebody saying it on TV. All I knew was, Ma, wala declare. I have no clue that what he was saying was, my. Well, I declare. All of these years, I have no clue. All I knew was your color was saying, Ma, what I declare. That's it. So what declare? Well, who cares? I didn't care to ask that. But anyway, so we left town at a very early age and went to Monrovia. Here we are. So anyway, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I went back home. And one of the things I told Victor Smith, Victor Smith is a very good friend of mine. In fact, he's my brother. So he asked me, can you come home? I will pay your way to help impact the young engineers, because he has an engineering firm, to help to show the kids how to do roadway design and policy and things like that. So I said, fine. And also, can you help to show them how to do survey and stuff? I said, fine. So I took 2 months vacation. But one of the things that I stressed to Victor is, you take me out of this place, I got to reach Town. And that was the agreement. I don't want any money from you. All I want is for me to go to Town. So Victor said, no big deal. So he and I flew together. And the entire time we were on a plane, he was telling many other Liberians that were on a plane. You just see the man? He been in America for 40 some more years. Like me, I don't want to bring him back to Liberia. Victor would say. But anyway, we went back after the teaching and stuff was done. I decided I would go to Town. So when I went to Town, I have some interesting content. I thought I'd introduce that, folks. It's going to be a very interesting subject matter. I hope you stay with me for the hour and a half or so that I'm going to be on here tonight. It's a very interesting subject, Town. When I always say Town, yeah, I'm from Town, Biai Chiefdom, Basson District, Grand Jide County, Republic of Liberia. This is the Town, folks. But before that, like I said, let's go to the Peda people music. I have to tell your Peda young people, you got to send me some more music now. I'll be hounding you now. Because the kind of music, why you're keeping it to yourself? You share with us. You share so people play, because it's a good music. Very good music. Oh, you're listening, my people. Sam Sinto, LeBron Pub Radio.
Dala Bunga, Dramon Africa. Ewe Dagana Inua, Naedua, Dagana Inua, Naurada Bay. You found that way. Dada Bunga, the woman around me. Yamodia, my Mugwa. Yabagu Pela, Yabagu Corbeto. Yabagu Luningai, Yabagu Corbebu. The Mapoya, Yamana Modu. And then Modu Guaco. Grogu Perenyago, Dagana Edua. Naedua, Dagana Edua. Dagana Edua, Nogata Quay. Dagana Wogatu, Wogata Quay. Kanyemi, Amaga Corbeto, Wogata Quay. Kanyemi, Galaga Pila, Wogata Quay. Dagana Edua, Wogata Quay. Ewe, Wogata Quay. Baba yebu kema kadero dia kwa jana kwa bagu gene kai ande mambeni ye gagu ko kwane te panga domo pakwa domo bunaga ti manene gado ke ya modia e denga le tompu ye anwa we daga na we domo pakwa Pape, Pape. And one men are Begale. While I did, I don't near Mo. Why I got it, I don't near Mo. I don't near Mo. Blanga Bay, I don't near Mo. If we Dagana Edwan, no got that way. Muro black man, get a nedia. No got that way. Muro black man, get a nedia. No got that way. No daga de Kenya, get a nedia. No got that way. No daga de Kenya, get a nedia. No got that way. No daga de Maroto, get a nedia.
Again, this is what we do. I'm sweating already. I have to go out there and grab myself a towel, folks. Just bear with me. You're gonna dance here. They sleeping that will come tonight. I wanna buy you ever. They snowing that will come out and want to. Let me go. Take the towel a little bit, folks. Samson told LeBron Pub Radio, and. Now, who will be calling me in time like this? And you think I'll answer your call? Gotta be serious. Okay. Folks, don't call right now. Call me when I put the number up. All right, folks. Let's get ready and to do the show. Thank you very much for following us. We appreciate it. From time to time we thought we have fun together. This, folks, is the principal, in his suit. Mr. Cullen is in his suit. He's in his suit, and let me see what this person is saying. Yeah, so today is the 7th, dude. I know. Okay, so September 7th, I know. So what do you want me to do? Have a specific celebration for September 7th? It's part of the total stuff. You know, let's go ahead. People got 2 or 3 more years. So let's save that. Okay, folks. Samson told LeBron Pub Radio. This is the school, the principal. Most of these people you see here now, most of them are dead. the few that are alive, they're older than me. The guy who's sitting, who's squatting right there is my brother, William Toe. It's the one who's, I will show you Billy house back in Totown. He's my brother. The taller gentleman on the side of the principal, it says Wooden Quartet, who is now the district commissioner in Totown. And behind him, we have Moses Zian. He used to be called Barry. He died in the war. And next to him on this side, you have Pedro. And there's another guy, James Wade. He's here in the United States, respectable young man as well. Not young man, he's a little bit older than, let me don't say young man. Okay, but all of them, they're older than us. After their group left, another group came in, left before we entered. But by then, the old man was real old now. All he did was just teaching. So let me go ahead. Let's show you this here again. Here is a actual picture there. Okay. Now let me go now to show you Totown as it is. Folks, thank you. Welcome, and let's start the program. Which is a project that the people put together here back in 1957, and they're doing that to make sure the young people around the area, around the Totown belt, to be able to have some education. So again, let's take a break and we'll be back. And I promise you, I'm going to do the whole town. I'm not concerned about whether it's hard or not. I'll do the whole town. So I want to thank you very much. Stay with us. Good morning, folks. This is Samson Toe from Totown. And I want you to pay attention to certain things this morning as I go through. When I was growing up in this town, this is the elementary school that I attended on bike after so many years. This used to be the soccer field. It's no longer soccer field. It's no longer soccer field. I just want you to see. So when I was here, now they have a principal office. I still wasn't there. So I will show you the whole building though. Okay. And I'm not too sure what this is. But when I was here, if you behave bad or badly as a bad person, they will send you here to cut the grass. And the way you cut grass is not like what you do over there with lawnmower. You're going to use your hand with what they call chapier and cut this grass. You're going to be here all day. And I cut so many grass in my days here. It's not funny. But let's look at this here. Toe Memorial Institute, founded in March 15, 1957. They said, motto, knowledge is power. And they apparently having a touch over there, it's like a knowledge. But what I want you to see here as I go through this process right now, of course, when I was here, this building was not electrified. But look at it now. Look at it. Okay. This particular one was added on after I left. I think it was built back in the 70s, 72, 73. But this is the building that I went to in the late 60s. I attended school here. Prima 1, they called it. First you start with ABC, then Prima 1, then Prima 2, then you go to first grade. So I was here, attended school here when Principal Collins was here. And I will show you this school building as it is now and what it used to be there. I'm not going to show a video. I'll show you a picture of it. I'll put these things together, organize it, and show you. Let's go and read some of the stuff they have on here. I'm not too sure what this is. Constructed by the effort of the Students' Council government in honor of the following Abednego Da, President, Kunkra Zle, Vice President, Bajibo Pei, Speaker. Speaker? Student government have a speaker? I can't believe it. Caesar Musu, Secretary. And I can't read the other stuff. But what is interesting, as I was reading, it says speaker. Speaker of what? Of the student body government? Jeez, these people take their politics in Liberia too far. Student body government have a speaker. Unbelievable. But again, I'm just showing you here. It's been a long time. I remember a friend of mine and we decided to have a throwdown. And we walked these steps, and right there, as you can see all of the erosion problem here. At that time, this step was almost halfway in the dirt. Now you can see it's no longer. But we went right here, right where the pole is, and we got into it. Now this guy, he has a long legs. And so all he did was kicked. So I figured, and the interesting thing now, I figured if I can grab one of his legs, because he can't make it with me, it's no big deal. But he has a long legs. So I was able to hold, I sacrificed, this is a true story, I sacrificed a kick in my stomach, knowing fully well I was going to get kicked in the stomach. So I held I held my breath and let him kick me in the stomach, and I grabbed his leg. I went down on there, tried to push him on the ground. His head hit that corner and cut him. And the kid was, he fainted, and it was a big deal in this town. That's the story. It's not about fighting, but what you do. So from there, let's go through this classroom, because students are not here today. Let's go to each one of these classrooms. Because, like I said, I was here. I attended this school. This used to be Principal Collins' office. Now they call it reading room. I'm not too sure what the petition looked like in there now, because second semester, I'm just reading what they have here. 2000 February, okay. Or a new student registration, teacher refresher workshop. Okay, they're going to do that tomorrow, I believe. Okay. In this classroom, now they have 11th grade, but at that time, I believe it used to be 4th grade. Now look in there and see. Let's keep my hand down. I hope my phone don't fall out. But this classroom, folks, I sat in this classroom myself. Political map of Liberia, they say. So, but the interesting thing here is, those days, if you're in the school and you're misbehaving, they'll deal with you, and nothing gonna happen. They'll deal with you. Now there's 11. I also have it, that when I was in here in the first room that I just showed you, it was 3rd grade. Was it 3rd grade? I'm not too sure now. But this I remember, because this is where my first time hearing about South Africa, when South Africa was going through a lot of stuff. I'm not too sure if they will allow me. They didn't lock it anyway, so I'll just open it and go in. I think that I can do it. I'm not stealing anything. Of course, perhaps they'll say it's illegal. Well, let me just leave this book. I wanted to see in the classroom, but I can't just open it. I'll just let it go. Okay, I'll let it go. But in here, Teacher Collins used to talk to us about South Africa and how South Africa was being suppressed by the white-dominated government. I believe it was in the either 2nd grade or something. And that was my first time, because he was showing the map of, this used to be the history class. So he was showing the map of South Africa when that conversation happened. In here, I have to show you this. So in this classroom, Samson Toe was like the king. We used to line up on that wall over there to do a spelling. And if you can't spell, you're going to feel it. And so now I don't know how to spell, but at that time I could spell. So I usually sit at the back of the line, right on that wall, right there, okay? And I used to sit at the back of the wall. Stand at the bottom of the line, so tail end of the line, so that those who's going to spell certain word, if they miss it, they come to me. And once I spell the word, I'm going to have to flog each one of these kids in their hand with rat tie, they call it, okay? And whoop them. If the word, the spelling, the letters in the spelling of the word, if it's 10 and I spell it correctly, I'll give each one of these people 10 latches in their hands. And I usually enjoy it because that's another form of telling them I am on top. But you know, I get whooped too sometimes. Because sometimes the young man that was spelling the word, and I may say he spelled it and whooped me. But we went through that. Now, this one used to be the auditorium. Okay? These two classes, they had a petition, but the petition was made out of a board, cardboard. And so, but when they're ready for auditorium, they take that up. The principal, the teachers, everybody sits here. Here's the interesting thing that I want to say on this one here. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, I'm just giving you the information this morning. So, what will happen is, one time, I wrote a girl a letter here in this. All the teachers are sitting here. They used to have teachers behind here. So, I got called in this setting. My letter was discovered the night before. My cousin decided, I wrote a letter to the girl and say, I give it to my cousin, take it to this girl so that she will be able to read it and then get my response. But my cousin, who was then a young man at the time, he wanted certain things from me, some kind of things like when we go fishing, I should do certain things for me. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. So he didn't show like he was upset. So what he did was, he took my letter and gave it to the principal. And the principal decided to be quiet until the next day. And the principal, when we got here, he convenes a meeting here in this auditorium. And asked Blaku to read his own letter. So I'm really enjoying myself. I got a lot more I'm going to talk about this school here. This is another fighting ground. But this area of fighting, you can only fight here if you're at certain age. Other than that, you don't fight in here. This is for big people fighting. But anyway, let's go back to this classroom. So the young man gave my letter to the principal and they asked me to read it. Folks, it wasn't something easy. I was shaking. I was petrified because I have to read my love letter in front of all of these students. And the girl that I wrote the letter to, she was also part of the audience. And it was not an easy thing to do. So as I got called, because by then the principal told me what he was going to do, so I was quite aware of it. But as I got called to come up to read it, one of the things I told myself was, what will be the worst possible thing that will happen to you? You fall down and die. Go read a letter and don't worry about it. So I got up here and I started reading. Oh, I love her, like fish love water, all that kinds of nonsense. It all happened in this classroom. Folks, now look at me. Oh man, like myself here in TMI. I'm truly having fun. And they whooped me in the school. I whooped some people in the school. But here I am again, enjoying myself, touching the same building. That gave me the foundation to be things that I am now. All started from this wonderful classroom. All of these classrooms. Now, after I left, that's when that was constructed, and I don't know much about it because I never attended classes in here. But this is Total Memorial Institute School. And like I said, you see, if you look at the wall, though, if you look at the erosion, You can tell where when I was here, you can tell where the grass was. See, it was way up there. Now, because of the erosion, it's way down now. Continue to erode this area. So this is not something you can take lightly. Samson to it. I don't remember any of these things yet. So they used to be. This is a football field, and we play. You bring the goalposts on the other side, the poles on the other side, and you bring people play all in the corner here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this was part of the field. So a lot of things happening in this school. Overall, I want to thank God and thank those that were responsible in teaching me, because I resisted their rules. And one of the things they used to do here, you come to school dirty, your fingernails are not clean, they're going to whoop you. And the kind of whooping you get out of this school is not the kind of whooping you will get now. I mean, the teacher have forget latitude. They have all right to flunk you if they want to. And so they used to put students on the bench and give them 25 on their bare butts, on the bottoms. So it's not something you can take lightly. They were serious. And you come here, and another thing that I want to say, let me go back to the auditorium, folks. Another thing that I want to say that was very, very degrading, at the end of the school year, in this auditorium, what they would do is call all of the parents of the students here in the school. And everybody, including the student himself, they're right there in the auditorium. The principal, the students down there, the principals and the teachers, the faculties are out here. So they will call your name with your gray car, Samson Toe. At that time, my name was Samson Brown, but I changed it to Samson Toe. Samson Toe, yes. Then you come up on stage. Math, 50. English, 50. I'm just giving an example. I didn't make those kind of low grades. I was a very good student. I flunked, but who cares? Samson Toe, LIBERIA. Folks, I'm enjoying myself. But anyway, so let me do this. Okay, so they will call you in this classroom, okay? They will call you on stage. Samson Toe, math, 80. Clap, clap, clap. Everybody clapping, clap, clap, clap. Social science, 85. Clap, clap, clap. And go down all of the subject with your name. Then they give the average. Average, 80-something. Therefore, promoted to the grade of second grade. Clap, clap. Samson Toe pass. And then your mom and dad, everybody dancing and carrying on. Then they call the other person. John Brown, math, 45. English, 20. And they go down the line. And if your average is below 70, you flunk. And it's announced publicly. The whole of Total will know that you flunk. And there's nothing hidden. If you didn't make the grades, you flunk and you have to repeat. And therefore, so person gonna have to repeat the grade. And then you will hear the crying, the mom crying, the son crying, the other daughter crying, and everybody's crying. And so next year, you're gonna take it serious. Because you don't want to be announced. You don't want your name to be announced as somebody who has flunked the school. So it is very interesting. It was very interesting. And so these young people come out here to try. We have some kids that came out of here. Now some of them professors, some are engineers, some are medical doctors. Who's medical doctor? Let me think. Well, I'm not going to call names. But I know. Okay? But this school has put up some beautiful, beautiful students over the years. Nothing much has changed. And I just want to say thanks to the building. Let me kiss the building. Thank you. Teacher Colin, Teacher Carr. Folks, I'm getting emotional here. Tears in my eyes as I speak. My voice is not quite the way it's supposed to be. But I will hold it in. Teacher Carr, Teacher Kula, all of the teachers that went through here, that Samson Toe gives so much trouble. So much trouble because my dad was not going to take any mess from any teacher. You flunk me, he's taking you to court. There's no question about it. And so knowing fully well that my dad was not about ready to take nonsense from nobody, my behavior was rotten. So again, Teacher Carr, Teacher Colin, I don't know if you guys, most of them are dead now, but I want to thank you all for the opportunity you give us, for the opportunities you extended us, for the foundation you put in us. Some of us were unable to recognize what you were doing, especially Professor Carr. Short Carr, I know you was a short person, but you used to say, Samson told, life is not what you think it is. And I thought life was all in town. Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Thank you for the foundation. Thank you. Today, the math that I used to give you so much problem for, the math that Samson told when we called on the board to do plus, and I couldn't do addition, let alone doing subtraction or multiplication, and you stuck with me, and you made me do these math. Professor Carr, I want to thank you. I know you're not with us anymore, but whatever it is, the foundation you give me, this building, the foundation you guys are giving me, I appreciate. Today, I'm an engineer. I work for the state of California as an engineer, all because of the foundation you guys give me. I didn't recognize it, that was a foundation, until I started reading and started studying. Then some of these things, they come back to you. It's not something that you have not seen before. Perhaps they're different, but you can always add, subtract, and multiply because of Town School. I want to thank all of you that are responsible to give me the foundation. I also sincerely want to apologize to those of you that Samson told put through hell in this place. I mean, Samson told was just a bad boy. There's no question asked. Samson fighting all day long, not paying attention to classroom, but yet still, you guys never, not one day was I expelled. I mean, suspended, let alone being expelled. You guys have something, Teacher Carr. There was something, Teacher Collins. There was something in me you guys saw that, because you have the right, you could have been expelled. And I would have some serious problem by then. But I didn't. You guys didn't expel me. You kept me here. You gave me a lot of punishment that I didn't like. Go dig palm tree, go cut grass, and all that kind of. I really, up to this time, I still don't like it. But in all, Professor Carr, the foundation you guys give us, some of us, made us to be who we are. I want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have some cold water here, literally cold water, and I'm going to put that down for you, which is a project. What can I say? What can I say, folks? Samson told LeBron Public. Sometimes we come out with some nifty thing. I was so glad when I went home, able to record most of these things and do the recording. It was emotional because some serious stuff happened in that school. Most of it was fighting. Most of it was fighting, and I don't know how I got through that stuff because I have to fight all day. Only thing I wanted, not the knowledge, I wanted to be recognized that when you come to Total as a strange person, stranger, young man, you better make sure. At that time, my name used to be River Bear. It was some kind of river over there in River G area. They say the river once sometimes it go up, sometimes it go down. It has no, so I name myself River Bear. Okay? So when you come to Town and you're not behaving well, I will approach you. I don't care how big you are, as long as you're in our age group. You come to Totem. First thing when you get to, this is a serious stuff. There are some young people that are still alive. I'll tell you this story. My friend, the late African, when I was approaching my wife, she was in Ghana at the time, so she and I started talking. And so African then was a preacher. So African, she saw African, she said, hi, she said, African, I said, Kanye. He said, I heard you're talking to somebody in America called something. She said, yes. So you know who he is? I said, yeah, I talk to him all the time. Do you know him? He said, yeah. You can follow. So she was kind of a little bit taken back. Somebody she doesn't know much was just so when I got there, he was telling me, he said, I was telling the girl all about you. You know, because at that time I want my name, Samson Toe. You come into town as a stranger, whether day or night, the name Riverbear. If you hear it, sometimes they will say, have you talked to Riverbear tonight? If you're a stranger, people come knock to, what kind of behavior was those? People will come knock to my door. Say, we want Riverbear out. And then I kind of say, the other man, just can't even say hello to anybody. And I'll go to the person. I don't care who he is. I'll go to their house. How you will come to town and whatever town and you won't ask for me? Who are you? The person, then the people in the house, the old folks in the say, oh, just say sorry to Robert. It was just ridiculous. Just after you meet, you do. Why would I even want to be retired? It was terrible. It was terrible. But that's the thing that I was doing, but I didn't know how I got out of it. But when I came to Monrovia, that nonsense wasn't happening in Monrovia. The basketball will flock you. The crew boy will flock you. The pedal boy will, they call, we're in the barracks, okay? We got the crew boy, we got pedal boy. You don't fool around. But with all, you see, that's one of the things about life. Even though what I was doing in total was ridiculous, but when I got to Monrovia, when I was living in the barracks, nobody flocked me. Nobody. Even when we play braid, you know that braid that people can play? You can't, when I tell you, you turn to Imam Ba, say no, it means no. I don't care who you are. Now, there are some people, now I'm not going to call their name because they're all, some of them are watching. I'm not going to call their name, but you're not going to do anything to me. We have two of them in Worcester now. I'm not going to call their name, but you fool not, you're not drunk to touch me. We have three of them in France right now. I'm not going to call their name, okay? We have plenty of them here in the United States because I've talked to many of them. And sometimes we talk and just laugh like you're crazy, you know? But when I came and I started doing, going out all by myself, they believe that I have in myself that I cannot be beaten. I go to Raxus Cinema. If I say I want to go downstairs, I go downstairs. If I say I want to go upstairs, who will stop me? In Monrovia. That was a bad behavior. That's not education. But I have that belief in me because of what I did in total. Okay? There was just one Gizzy ball, but young little guy. They call him Sa. So we had a wrestling match at night in BDC. They had me right in the center of BDC between the guard where they do the RI and the BDC building. They have this field. And you have the tower on there. And we used to, sometimes they let the grass grow so they can practice war. Well, I don't know what kind of war they practice. But we used to go out there at night and competition wrestling. So nobody would throw me down. Because out there, I just gave you hip. So he and I got into it. Not real fighting, just wrestling. So this small little kid. What about the same age? Even though we're bigger than him, but we're about the same age. You know how some people are real tight. So anyway, Sa and I got into it. So we started going, and I knew that I got it. You know how I got all my wrestling from Bapa? Nimba County people, you don't fool around with wrestling. Gio and Mana people, they're #1 in wrestling. I know that because I've seen it. I spent a lot of time in Bapa, so I'm not making it up. In wrestling, Gio and Mana, you don't fool around with them. I've seen it. Okay, they used to have wrestling competition at the football field in Bapa every Sunday, and I used to see it. I used to watch it, so I know. There are people you can fool around with. But anyway, so I learned my wrestling over there. So when Sai and I got into it, so I put him on my hip and I tried to flip him. So Sai allowed me to flip him according to him. So but by the time he hit the ground, I was at the bottom. And I couldn't figure how this man would be. I knew when I flipped him, I knew I had him. I was going to be on top of him. But by the time we got to the ground, I was at the bottom. So I said, what happened? I was thinking, what happened? So I said, let's do it again. Because I didn't trust what I did. So second time, same result. So I asked him. I said, wow, he said, Samson, one of the things you do around, a lot of people don't know, when you put somebody on your hip, you tend to lift the other foot up and lift them up and balance yourself on one foot so that you will be able to twist them. He said, when you did that to me, I knew very well you were going to do it. But I was ready, so I knew by the time we were because in order for us to get on the ground, both of us has to be in the air. So I have to find a way to twist you around while we were in the air. I couldn't believe that. So I said, let's try it again. Same result. People did a lot of things, but yeah, I'm able to even live up my 11-year-old son running my life here. But anyway, folks, that's the school. Now I'm going to show you another 45 minutes or so. I'm going to show you now the entire town, Tour Town, okay? But let me show you some pictures of Tour Town, then way back then and now, okay? Oops, excuse me. So please, in the meantime, let me entertain. Let me put the music on while we be entertained. Okay, let me show you now. I'll show you 3 pictures. Now, this particular pictures that I'm getting ready to show you, it was one of the biggest trees in Tour Town. And it stands, in fact, when I was growing up, they used to have a gate right by this tree. Because when you come from Monrovia, before you enter Grand Gita proper, you're going to have to show some papers. I don't know why. Yeah, people abuse us. When you come from, you're Liberian, you come to Tour Town, you have to show proper papers in order to pass by that gate. They still have the gate, but it's no longer in Tour Town era, okay? But that particular writing you see there, according to the story, That writing was put up by two people. One, the people that are responsible, Ansar Sharo, who happened to be my uncle, the late Ansar Sharo, and the late K, okay, Willie K, you know, both of them, Willie K and Yao, went to Ghana, and Willie K learned how to do photographing, and Ansar Sharo learned how to be a mechanic. But when they came back, they were young at the time. They said in order for them to be remembered, they decided to get this particular name done in Ghana, and they brought it and put it on this tree. And here is old, but you can see it. It said Tobli. Okay? That's the first one. The second picture I'm going to be showing you, and the tree is no longer there. But as I'm going through the video, and I will tell you how, when I'm climbing the hill to go to town. Now, coming from the road, the main road, that building you're looking at right there used to be Jibasaka uncle's house. This is where Jibasaka then were living. And I believe that car used to belong to Jibasaka uncle. Now, Jibasaka, I'm not going to say where he is because I just say Jibasaka. If you know who he is, you know who that person is. But that used to be Jibasaka uncle's house. Okay, the Saka family. That was the house. Okay, and right below that, there's another guy, a peddler man, but he must as well be crown man, because by the time I was born, John Tamba was there already. Okay, so John Tamba, that's John Tamba house there, and his wife, Libli, they own a big building. Okay. And if that picture was to go down, that would be Harry Bajbo father house. Harry Bajbo, he's my cousin. I can call his name. He's in Baltimore. But his father house is just I don't call it west, east of that building. Okay, all right. So that's total. Let me show you another one. Now, before I told you guys, right, that in order for you to marry, you have to demonstrate to your people. This house belonged to the late Bajbo, Edwin Bajbo, older brother. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Not Joseph Bajbo, no, but the Bajbo. I finna forget it. But that's Edwin Bajbo, older brother's house. They're mudding over there. Okay. I know that because I have many pictures to show. But this is how you mud a house, okay? And I will show you guys that later. But these are very interesting subject matter. Now, let me tell you one other secret. These pictures that I'm showing you here, they have a website where you can go, Bond County, Maryland, Sino, well, any county you can think about. They have pictures from the 60s, from the 50s, from the 70s, 80s. They have pictures, okay? All right. So now that I'm showing you that, let's go ahead and show you the main tour town this afternoon, folks. Samson Tour, LeBron Pub. This, I just do this, I just thought that I'd do it, because every time I come on, I'm from Tour Town, B.I. Clan, B.I. Chiefdom, Grand Jida County. I don't know which one. Okay, folks, just bear with me. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Let me. Oh, but why the music finish? Okay, I think I caught the music. But anyway, bear with me. Bear with me. Samson to LeBron Paborito. Okay, that's right. All right. Now, you will see from the beginning. This is a very interesting, and please, don't condemn me. But this is what I just wanted to show what life is in total, what people do in my town. Okay? Not everybody in total are rich, and we're definitely not rich. However, my stepmom, I'm going to be showing you, she didn't want anything to change. She wanted to be the way things were. I don't even have to contribute to her well-being. Her children are here making good money. So most of the time, I don't even know how she eats because they send money for her. The son is here. The daughter is here. Okay? The other son is here. So I don't have to do anything, nothing. I do it if I want to, okay? But when I went home, I had a choice. I could stay some other people, but I said, no, I'm going to stay in my stepmom's house. I don't care. Light, no light, I don't care. I will stay where she stayed. Even if that's snake infected area, I don't care. I stayed there. But one of the things she asked for and the kids did was to get mosquito net. And when she talked about mosquito net way back, I was trying to, but when I went home, the mosquito net I was making fun of. When I went home, I utilized it. So it was a good one. But anyway, let's go now and show you Samson Toe in Toe Town, folks. First, I will show you I enjoyed this part. I really enjoyed this part because it brought tears in my eyes because to see my stepmom doing things that when I was little, things that we used to do, how we used to light fire and all that. It was very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. But I didn't want to show her that I was crying because I didn't want her to start crying either. So I just pretended that nothing happened. But I was going through emotional, things. When I left Total, I told you guys already. When I left Total, I couldn't even do this. I didn't even, the last time when I saw her, I didn't even say goodbye to her. That's how bad it was when I left Total. Because I wanted out of that place so bad. I wanted out of Grand Jita so bad. I wanted out of Liberia so bad. It was unbelievable. Until when I came to Monrovia and Gabriel Zawiya came. And then he started telling me things, started talking to me. And other people like Kuomba then started telling me, be a man, whatever, what have you. It changed, it helped, but it didn't solve a lot of stuff. But what it did for me was to get my passport, get me out of there. And I was out of Liberia. Once I got here, then I thought, okay, the foolishness I used to do when I was first here, I'm not going to repeat those anymore. I would take life serious now. Because the first time when I came, to be honest with you, I didn't take nothing serious. I thought it was total also. I was here to fool around, go up places, do all kinds. I was playing football, doing everything. School for what? What would I want to go to school for? If I read, I'll go to Liberia. But when my brother got killed, life was like, okay, now show me what you're going to do now, Samson. So when I came back, it was a very serious business. Immediately, I started smoking. I stopped drinking. I said, it's going to be serious time now. And I took it serious. And every time you post something, let me put my face up there, folks. In anything you do in life, anything, once you show that you're willing to sacrifice for the good, no matter what, you will get the benefit. Anything you do, as long as it's good, that will not have you ended up behind bar, you will get the reward. A few minutes ago, maybe about 10, 15, 20 minutes ago or so before I started my show, my nephew, who we brought from Philadelphia, brought him here, serious kid, no question asked. So he graduated from high school here. He went to Long Beach University and got his degree in political science. And now he's getting ready to do law. So I call him every time that I call him because I want him to come. He said, no, I'm not coming home. Let me struggle here and be the man. I don't want to deal. So when I went the last time, I went to his place. My wife and I went to his place. I called him. He said, Uncle Samson, I'm old now. I'm out of college. You can't be talking to me like that anymore. Oh, okay. So I said, what's wrong with your hair? What can you call your hair? He said, Uncle Samson, I'm out of college now. I cut my hair when I want to. Don't you understand that? And then I started realizing, okay, this kid is having some serious conversation with me. Let me leave him alone. Okay? So when I called him a few minutes ago, he told me, well, I'm studying for my law school exam. And because if you get a good grade, then you'll be able to go to one of the prestigious law schools. And he told me that when he finished school, one of his goals is to make as much money as possible. So with that kind of mindset, This young man is on. He said, I'm steady, and I will do well. He said one of the things the people started telling us already, that the people like me, because I'm minority, they say you don't have to do much because you have something, they're going to give you some preference. He said, I don't want that preference. I want competition. I want, when I go and take my test, let me get a higher grade if possible. So nobody tell me foolishness. They'll know that I'm here based on my mental capacity. This is a young man that just got a BSc degree, and he's telling me this. In other words, folks, what reason I'm bringing this up is anything you do, as long you work, put some effort in it, you will get something in return. Nothing. It's just like digging diamond. You go to diamond mine, you start digging. Sooner or later, you will find diamond. It never fails. Anything you do in life, as long as it doesn't end, it doesn't put you behind bar, you will do well. So when I got back, for the second time, and of course you didn't know that I was deported, you know, I'm just telling you now. But anyway, the immigration here said, what are you here for? I said, okay. He said, your paper expired. Get back there, man. You're not serious. You go to school? I said, no. I said, how long you been here? 1 year. He said, but you even in school, then you want us, man, go back to the library, man. So I went back to the library. But when I came back, I was worse than Loma children. I was worse than the people from Cape Mount. I put my feet in a bucket if it means for me to study. I be damned that as long as I was accepted at Youngstown State University in a college of engineering, ain't nobody gonna beat my time down. No, you bring it with that. And when some of the professors saw how serious I was, they were helping me. Folks, this is holiday, so we're having conversation. So let me just tell you one thing before I go back to my show here. So one night, usually when we're ready for the test, usually we go in. So one evening, we're getting ready to take the test. So the professor said, who wants to go drinking with me? I put my hand up. At that time, I was drinking now. So all of us went to the place. He bought a pitcher of beer, started drinking. So I asked him, he bought both buffalo wing. You know what buffalo wing is? It's a chicken wing. Okay, so I asked him. I said, Professor, what kind of thing were you going to have on the test? And he said, one problem. One problem with all the entire... He said, I said, one problem. So I said, what does it look like? He said, you want me to show you? I said, yeah. He said, I'm not going to tell you the loading condition, but I will show you the diagram. I said, yeah, show me. So he took a napkin. True story. God is in heaven. He took a napkin, took the chicken, the bone, dip it in the sauce, and drew a frame, a steel frame. And the loading condition, he didn't specify, but he had stuff, fine, what we need to, giving, he gave all that. Then he said, fine. And he told us what we'll. So all of these, I was the only black kid to be black. I was the only black man. I didn't know kid when I started in school, please. But anyway, so I was there. So he drew this stuff. And all the white kids started laughing at me. What kind of African fool is this? You think that he's going to seriously draw his test on a napkin and give it to you? I said, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to class to go study. Oh, they started laughing at me. Now, interesting thing, when I left the group drinking. I went to class. I opened my book. It was most of the engineering subject tests are all open book. You don't have to, but you have to know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna have all the millions open book. You're not gonna pass. Okay, so I saw the problem. It was Medusa, where you have to find moment distribution. If you do the moment distribution, you must come up with 0 or your beam going to fall. But to find the moment distribution of all of the connections, all of the points to be able to have 0, it's not easy. But we have done similar problem like that in class. So I went, I started blue total, man. You think I here to come fool with the white people? Okay, please. I went through. Okay. They all came. Oh, so Samson, you got your stuff? At that time, they used to call me Bill Clinton because I was a liberal. I mean, I'm still a liberal, but I used to support Bill Clinton. You know, Bill Clinton at that time had some serious problem. So, Bill Clinton, how you doing this afternoon? You ready to go for the test? I said, yeah. So the man came, gave the test out. One problem, Fanny Medusa, similar stuff. Ah, it may not pull a teeth into my lap. True story. God is in heaven. I grabbed my pen. I flipped to my all the subjects we went because we have similar problem homework and the class work like that. I went okay. Bloop, bloop, bloop. In less than 45 minutes, I was done. I give it to him. Samson too. I gave him the problem right there. He said, okay, what do you want me to do? Grade it now or wait? I said, grade it now. So all these fools, they all lifted their head, they started looking. He said, okay, let's go ahead. Mentor, okay. This other movement, Samson, if you put your finger right here and this movement gonna have to go that way. So I see you try, but then you change your mind. But anyway, I'll go with the first one you have because you have the intent. Okay, I'll give you a second point. We went, by the time he was done, I got 95. All of these fools flunk. True story. But by that time we was all together now. We started when we were about, I think, 35, almost 40. But by the time we graduated, we were about maybe 15, 16. So we were all connected at that point. So the next day, I not had a grade, but the next day, all the kids, they flunk. So he told them, Samson got it. So what do you want? So he said, I can regrade. I mean, not regrade, but skill. I can do the skill only if Samson agree. So, but the funny thing was the night, the time of the test, as I was leaving, I open, I look at the group, and I go, yes. It said Samson get the, you know what. So anyhow, the next day, the group came to me because the professor said he can scale it only if I agree. So they came to me. I said, no, I'm not African fool anymore. Oh, Samson. I said, no, I want to hear you say something from Toe Town. They said something from Toe Town, each of them. Oh my God, I can't believe somebody thinking about that. All of them, something from Toe Town, something from. I said, okay. So I allowed the professor to scale, but then he said no, he wasn't going to scale it. He was going to give us a test. So he gave us another test, but this time it was simple. It was just finding, water share, and you find how much water you want to put in the drain to drain out, and how you resize the pipes and things like that to be able to take all your water out. So those are things that we all have done, and we all pass it. By the way, I thought I'd throw that in there. Folks, it's another day. I thought I'd share that with you guys too. So anyway, let's go now to the main one. This is the last one, and then we're going to be out of here. First of all, I want to thank all of you that continue to follow us. Thank you very much. And there's one Toe Town. Let's see what the Toe Town look like, folks. Samson Toe, LeBron Public Radio. Thanks again, and let's watch. This is my stepmom. She's getting ready to make a fire so we can heat some water up. And watch. Watch and learn. See how the fire catching now? Look at that. Look at that. See? Here it comes. See?
Baba, says I play your job. That's who I don't care without you. I'm making.
That's yes, I do it.
There you go. That's who's okay. And then she'll have a young.
See? The three Getting ready to go take a bath, and I'm just showing you. This is the bathroom that I'm going to be using, and hey, Park, it's where I'm.
Yes,
Okay. And then I will put the cloth over here, and then I can do my business taking bath. Okay. So my stepmom is doing this. She's helping me out a lot. And I just told you this is Toad Town. But I'm going to go into the main center of the town here a few minutes from now. And then, but look at the palm tree. Look at these. And they're next door to the house. I mean, not too far. So it's wonderful. You can come and put your chair. You can put and put your chair here, and you'll be fine. So let's. Okay. I'm about ready to take a shower, but this is how it's done here in Toad Town. But before I do that, let me first of all brush my teeth, and then I'll just show you the shower place here, but I will show you also how it's done. Okay? So just watch. Just watch. Good. This, I mean, we all do this here every time, everywhere. So it's no big deal. I can no longer afford to use the local water that I used to use here when I was growing up, because my system is not that much adaptable right now. But if I were to stay in the town for about maybe a month or so, I'll be doing everything. But now I have to use mineral water just so that I don't get sick. That's about it. Now watch this. This is now Samson told. I'm getting ready to do as we used to do here in Toad Town. Now watch this. See this? See? Woo. See? I'm taking bath. My slippers are all gonna get wet. I'm taking bath. I'm taking bath. To be honest with you, the water is hot. So, and I'm not too sure why it's so cold here in Toad Town, but I don't want you to see my whole body. So this is about all that I'm going to show you. Okay? And I wish there's a way that I can go live here this morning. But I'm not going to. I'll show it later. But that's how you do it here in Toad Town. You know, the real old way of doing it is exactly what I'm doing this morning. Okay, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to still be able to meet old folks here and do these kinds of stuff. I love it. I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying it. And Mary G, can you bring my bag for me? I got my clothes in there. I'm glad you show up.
Yeah, probably this morning.
Thank you, man. Huh? Yeah, you bring it for me. Let me change my clothes. Your ability to be dependable is unbelievable. A young man like that, for people to depend on you. I mean, you should, when we were in Monrovia, you showed that again. Now you have done it again this morning, so I don't care what the doc says. I think we're going to have to change our crown to, instead of you getting our crown, I think we're going to have to give it to Atta. And you think you're in America. Please, these people are really enjoying themselves. They don't have to pay water bill. They don't have to pay gas bill. None of that stuff. And the shower area, such a beautiful place. And the way they had it done, water cannot stay here. The water go down back to the creek. And you're talking about environmental issues here being resolved quickly. As the water, I'm looking at it now, I'm going to be showing you later, but as it leaves and go down, it's easier. Okay? Now, any of you going to tell me that I'm not clean? I am clean. What's the difference between this and someone who is taking on a shower, hot shower over there? I mean, we're just fooling ourselves. Everybody, come home, come home. If you can, come home. It's going to be enjoyable. You're going to like it. You're going to truly like it. All right? So, as I said, I'm not about ready to show you Blocko taking shower. I'm just want to show you a little bit of how it's done. I'm not going to show you my body, please. But anyway, thanks for joining us. But this is how it's done here in Tool Town. I mean, for me, that is. For me, because there are some people I've seen here that have beautiful houses. And they have, I'm not too sure if they have hot water heater, but I'm not going to ask them, how do you heat your water and how do you do stuff? No. And I'm not going to assume either. What I'm just showing you is what I have done and what I will do until I leave. Okay?
I'm ready.
Good afternoon. Today, San Jacinto, LIBERIA Radio. I'm going to be describing the whole section of Tool Town. We're in Tool Town, Liberia, West Africa. This is my hometown, as I told you guys already. So I'll show you the school, but let's come with me. Let me show you some more of Tool Town. Interesting. Let's go see this. Side by, it has nothing to do with the road. This is just a structure. Now these are very interesting. This is a building. Okay? It's a wood. So they line these stakes up. You actually spears these stakes in the ground. Probably maybe 4 feet and line them up. But you use interesting building material. This is bamboo. And these are the ties. Come here. Come closer. You see the interesting thing here? Come closer, right here. I want to put this bamboo like this and they tie it up. Okay, but here's what I want you to look at. They tie these things, and when they're done, they take mud, actual mud, we'll slap it on here. And I will show you later. You slap it on here, you have the women will do this kinds of work. You start up here, you slap it on, and then you go on. So most of the houses that we're gonna go around here today will be built from this. The inside, usually when you want to build a house, you use studs. 4 feet studs. After that, you use what? Drywall. They don't use drywall here. They use mud. But the mud, one of the interesting things about the mud is that the mud has pores in it. So as they build this, it's also helped to seal the heat. Okay? So they put this mud, but the mud allow air to come through. Okay? So I just thought that I'd show you that. Now let's go, follow me. Google Earth. Total. So if you have the opportunity to go on Google Earth and you type Tobli or Total, you'll see this. This is the road to Ivory Coast. Alright? It's about maybe another 30 miles or so, and you'll be at the border. This is the road to Monrovia. Okay? Okay? This also used to be a store. Well, come on, see it. This is a store that people. I grew up here watching, going in there in the store. And this is also a business section. Alright? I also want to point out they are selling gasoline. Here, there's one little kid here going by. There's another group of kids that are going by. Well, maybe the government allows that. I mean, they do that in Monrovia as well. They sell gasoline on the side of the road. And we're talking about safety. You're not going to stop anybody from smoking. Don't smoke. That's their right to smoke. Okay. So what exactly would there be the authority to question that or to even allow that in a public air like this to sell gasoline, which is flammable material? But that's what they do. They have to make money. That's business. Once it's authorized by the government, I can say all I want to say about safety, and it means nothing. Enforcement agent of the Total area. This is the police station. As you can see, respectable flag of the Republic of Liberia. You can't come here and try to put some other country flag up there. They're telling you this is a respectable area. Respectable in terms of law enforcement. And if you come here, you have to behave yourself. You don't behave yourself, they'll take you away. And they have the right to do that because that's what they do. So they already declared themselves as a zone of policing. So you have to be very careful when you come here. This is Total Market. Just briefly, let's talk to the head here. Madam, what is Dory Wader, you're the head of the section of this. Yeah, I'm actually. Because it's a long way. I'm too tired to walk. I'm too lazy to walk. But it's a commissioner compound. If you look at it over there, that's for Boston District. Now the way they do that is each one of there are 3 districts in Grand Juda County. You have Boston District, which is us, me. No, on a very serious note. You have Boston District, which they have a compound over there, and you have Quinebo District on the other side, and you have Chien District. Okay? Come on, get up to it. But I just want to show you the compound. Beautiful, beautiful compound for Boston District. And the district commissioners lives up there. Where people come in, I told you before, one of the reasons why they say, oh, they have no food or whatever. Look at this road. That's the only time I'm going to mention road. Look at this road. Who's going to bring that food on this kind of ugly road? And everybody here, they're very strong. They're capable of making farms. But when you make a farm like 2-3 miles away, how do you bring it out here? There's no feeder roads. Let me show you. I'll move you. Ready?
Ready?
All right. All right. You are doing now. Folks, as I told you, this is my town, so I will be interrupted from time to time. By the way, this, this is the road still leading to Zedru. Now let's go to town. Follow me to town. That's how we go. Andrew. Oh, Naru. Come on. Lambel, hello. I'm trying to show my town, big up. Yeah. Okay. So, this is the town again. The young man is working with his craft. See how beautiful this is. This is such a beautiful bear head. And I bet you he probably going to put mirror on the other side. Good, good. Thank you. Okay. All right. That later. The road when I was growing up, come on this road to go to town, and it's a wonderful thing. Again, said we should go over there. This is the pole that takes you to Zedru, and these poles all go turn around. The transformer over there, and it's a very interesting thing. The town has changed a lot since I was last here. Okay. They used to have this road right here used to be some sort of a potato green. People fix potato green and what have you. Okay. And as you can see, the town has changed tremendously. It has improved for the better. But this is Toll Town. We're getting into Toll Town here. Town. We're still in the town. Just follow me. Perhaps the gentleman here will allow us to do a little bit. When I was growing up, there used to be a shop here owned by Mr. Cully. And here used to be, on this side, used to be soccer. And Omen Soccer used to own this. So you come through here and then you go straight to the City Hall over there. Oh, Monaruo. What he's doing here is something, it's a roof. He's fixing it. It's simply, he puts one, come closer. He puts stuff here, move this, touch, put another one. This is a bamboo that he's using. But look, the interesting thing, you see the row of this? Yeah, but I mean, okay. Hold this up. All right, so when he's done, shows it. What I just showed you is what's going to be used like this. And these things are so good. They stay for years. Yes, it used to be somewhere here. After school, you come and climb the orange tree with pepper and salt, and we go to town with it. But it's no longer here now. So keep coming. This is all Toll Town. This is all our town. And I'll keep showing what it is now. Keep coming. I just want you to come on water too? No. Water? No. Okay. So I'm just telling you, taking you places all over Toll Town. This now, here used to be a jailhouse. And Samson told spent a couple of times in this jailhouse. I'm not going to tell you why. You know, with some interesting stuff. Keep coming. Just keep taking it. Father. This is Cape Creek as part of grave. This is the house. William Stone building. William Stone is building this house. This is where our house used to be. William Stone is my brother, by the way. So, all that. Why would somebody break this stuff? You don't think, don't put the door. Okay. Over there used to be the Peace Corps yard. Not anymore. And this is my brother's house, William Thorpe. Saying you have the other phone, right?
Yes, sir.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Breadfruit over there. We used to claim it a lot when I was little. Try to get as much breadfruit out of it as possible. So I grew up in this area. Okay. This used to be my mom's kitchen. Right here. My mother used to have a kitchen here. So I believe this dirt, most likely, my mother used to have a kitchen here. So we'll come out here, and my mom comes off the farm, cooks, we eat. She used to own a kitchen here. No longer my brother is building a house now. So let's keep going. This is the other part of Toll Town that I'm showing you. People are building. Folks. If you can't come home, my intent is to come home as much as possible. Build my home. Getting tired to come on fence. It's getting dark. This is Mr. Blair House, my understanding. Amos Blair House, former president of UK, Grant Gidett. This is his house. My understanding also that he's most likely going to be coming very shortly. Yes. So hopefully, I don't think he's going to meet me here.
That's what.
But let's keep going. Hello guys. Okay, so back then, this is the road that leads from here to boy, who is a doctor, used to be a doctor here in this town, biggest road. I believe one of the pastors, Omen Bale, used to have a house somewhere around here. I don't quite remember now. Okay. 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 All right. So all of these, so there used to be a coffee farm somewhere around here. Right. Right. Yes, you're right. Okay. And folks, this is all Toll Town. I'm in a different section. I think this is marble culture. Okay. This is marble culture down. I believe that will be through like different one year family. All here. Welcome. Thank you.
This is Jefferson J.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
News editor for Peace Radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the boss for the Peace Radio that allowed us to speak the other night.
Okay.
Hopefully they will give us opportunity again to do it again. So
Okay.
we're hoping to do that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
So this is all Toll Town. It's where the water that fed me all these years. It's about 2 miles down. I think I have that picture. I'll show it. I'll connect it with this as well. Let's keep going. This is all Toll Town now. Toll Town has gotten bigger. This is Tar, which is a creek that provides life pretty much for Toll Town. When I was growing up in this town, we all This is the water that we drink. This is the water that we used to bathe with. This is the water that our parents used to cook with as well. So this is a lifeline for Toad Town. As you can see now, the water is almost dry. It's very sad for me to see this creek here like this, but what can I do? That's nature. This creek, when I was growing up in Toad Town, we used to come out here as little kids to come and swim in this water, and it used to be big. It used to be big. Believe me, it used to be big. And one of the things that, as you look upstream here, okay, and I'm bringing you back down now, but if you look upstream, you see it's all blocked up right now with these heavy bushes and stuff like that. But if we go back, as we're going back downstream here, you see there's a place to come in on my left-hand side here. We'll be coming on here. But if you look straight down there, the heavy bushes over there, there's a big tree over there. Here now, we're looking down here on this side, right there in this area. This is where we used to go and come from, running from up the hill there. There's a hill that this road used to take you to town. So we used to run from up the hill, come running here, bloop, 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 and jump in the creek and start swimming. But one of the interesting things that I want to tell you about Thai right now is this. The area, the clean area right there, the old folks used to bring us over here as young children, bring us to their place, put a banana leaf down, and then bring rice that is cooked with red oil, palm oil, and then they will put it down there, and then they will allow us to eat from there. But what will happen also, fish will leave the water, catfish will leave the water and come and eat some rice from the banana leaf while we're all there watching. I'm not making it up. This is a true story. So, well, you know, those are from Toad Town. You call yourself eating with Thai fish. So it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. This water has done a wonderful thing for us. I just want my own brothers and sisters in the United States to see this. I'm reporting here this afternoon from Toad Town, Liberia, Republic of Liberia. It's a wonderful thing. We're here again. Thai, this is Samson Toh. I want to thank you very much for giving us life, and we appreciate it. Again, folks, Samson Toh reporting live from Toad Town for Liberia Public Radio.
Okay. As I stated earlier, this is the mud.
Yes. You see it's counting?
The counting is on. Okay. So here's the mud section that I talked about, where they put this stuff, tie it around, and put the mud section in it. If it's real hot, you go in this building, it's cooled off. You don't need air conditioning. If it's hot, you go in there, it's cool off. In the nighttime, the people have a bamboo door they put on there, and the whole place is heated up. And I'll show you that with my stepmom's house. Okay? Let's test it. Folks, this is my dad, Mr. Xavier. He's the father of our quarter as well. What is Xavier? You see it? Come closer. You see his grip? He's still strong. He's still very, very strong. You see how he grabbing my hand? Okay. You see it? Oh, Xavier. How you get caught in? Okay. All right. Thank God. Okay, it's on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to download before. But after this, I'm not doing any more major stuff. Okay. This is what they call banana tree. And let me show you. Come with me. Come with me. See here? When I was little, look at these. When I was little, I used to take this and smoke them like a pipe. Samson Toh used to smoke banana. By the way, this is the banana tree, and it is very interesting. I don't see, but up there, look up there. See up there? That's the banana bunch. Eventually, it's going to turn into banana, and people are going to eat it. But this is the tree, and as you can see here, they must have cut this off. But what we did, come here, Sam. One of the things we used to do is to take this leaf, dig a hole, put it in there, cover it up, and then we do what they call throwing iron. This used to create a lot of fights. But look, it has a layer. Come closer. It has a layer. Okay? They cut this already, so I'm not going to get in trouble. But it has a layer. See that? And the layer continues to go, and as you take this stuff off, you will find new layer. See it? Another layer coming up. This is what made the bananas. This is what it called banana tree. And look, see that? Look, you can do about anything. Nothing gonna happen unless you tear it up. Okay? See what it look like? This is banana. And up in the bush when you go hunting, you most likely can use this and drink out of it. This is banana tree. This is also sugar cane, right next to a building. Okay? This is sugar cane, right next to a building. So the people are very much involved. I hope I didn't step in the poop.
No,
Okay.
no.
What do you mean no? Okay, no I didn't. Because the reason they use this as a dumping ground. Come on. Okay, this is Toll Town. This is the other side of Toll Town. It's a big town. Our population most likely 4 to 5,000. Big town. It's a big town. The sound you're hearing right now is from a church convention that is happening. They have, I think, 3 or 4 days convention. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'll talk about it later. Huh? Yeah. That's okay. Okay, let's show you the palm tree here. Now this palm tree is in the town. Because right there you see the house. This again sugarcane farm. But the palm tree is in the town. And so if the palm wine is ready, you go up there and cut it and cut that stuff. And I'll show you what it looks like. Okay? Hello? Okay? This is Toll Town. Like I said, I am from this town, so. Okay. So I can roll. Look, the Yokan quarter, pretty much. Okay. But let's go. Ma, you get body on? Look, I think the church people are going to be killing a cow at the end of their feast time. Most likely. This is Jackson Duo house that he's building. His father used to stay here. That's his house. They're building it. The Duo family. Okay. My cousins, the Byron family, as they're building up, they have their own house here as well. Okay. All back here. It's Toll Town. Toll Town. Okay, so this is the grave of the former and the late Parliament Chief, Johnny Price. Johnny Price ruled this area for a very long time. He's a former Parliament Chief, has a lot of kids here, and he did a wonderful job of leading this community. As a Parliament Chief, I also visited his courtroom. Samson told. I did on a very serious note. So the son is now building his house. He has many kids. Okay. So now we're going to go to the toll quarter. Now remember, I've been telling you about different quarters. Okay. So here out there where you're looking at is toll quarter, but this is where the Toll family came from. They have a quarter here, and Toll's mother went to marry, and I'll explain that later. By the way, this is called Keyaunu. So come on. These are all relatives of mine. These are all relatives of mine. So I want you to see what Toll Towns look like. Okay? Show you what Toll Towns look like. Okay, here again, it goes all the way out from this town. So now you're in my quarter. Hello. That's another uncle of mine who is now in here, who also taking care of Kaya. And it's very funny because I'm related to him. Oh, yes, my other daughter. Okay, I'm related to him from my grandmothers, from great grandmothers from this side. Okay, now let's go. This is my quarter. Hey, come here. Let's show one of the important big brother of my grave. How you doing? Okay, this is Bachelor grave. Okay, formerly known as David Samuel. But let's go up here and I'll show you Honorable James K. James K. His grandfather grave is here. Old man Giru. Okay. That's Old man Giru's grave. Now we're in my own quarter. 2D quarter. This is it. And the reason they do that is not that they're separating the folks themselves, but you have to belong to a quarter. You can't just get on and say, I'm from Totown. What part of Totown you're from? You have to have a quarter. And that's exactly, I show you Sandy and what they have Willa over there, and then they have Nyanyo. Everybody has Nyanyo, but Kaya Pound, then 2D. Follow me. Okay, it's getting dark. Okay. Here is Omen Shoro house. That's my brother sitting there. Mr. James Shoro sitting there, and his wife. The most beautiful, beautiful woman ever found, including my mom and everybody else. She's so beautiful. She's always been beautiful. You say how many kids does she have? I gotta take off my shoes as I count. She got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta take off my shoes to count all the kids she has. She's still beautiful. She's still beautiful. And that's her in our darling. I don't know how to call it in English language, but they call her, you know, with a no, I see what that is. So don't ask me what you know what I mean, but come on, let's go. Okay, this is my father's house that his kids are building. All right, come on. So here is what I want you to pay attention to. My uncle that built this house could not read or write. He has no engineering training. But look at this, come closer. He was able to build without hesitation. He was able to build this. And the line, I've tried it. If you put a straight edge on here, you're not going to have any deviation. And as it goes down, it keeps level. He was not using any kind of surveying instrument or anything. That I've always been amazed. For me, as an engineer now, but to see my uncle's work. Now, as I'm going down, you come here. If you come here and look, again, you put a straight edge here, you will not find any deviation. Everything straight and straight. He was able to put a wood in here and able to put cement and rocks. But here's the interesting thing. How does he know that when he moved the wood, the rocks going to be exposing outside? That's very interesting. Now, the old man that I'm talking about, old man Shoro, this is his grave. This is his grave, old man Shoro grave, okay, died some years ago. That's my uncle, okay. This is his grave. Now, the person who, the Toll family, the person who this whole town is named after, old man Toll. My brother was telling me yesterday that he died back in 1955. I have no clue on that. But this is his grave as well. I'm showing you Ometo and his son, Omeshoro. That's his grave. That's Ometo's grave. My father and my mom was buried in Canton, Ohio. They're not here. Okay? On the other side is my Uncle Juan. He owns that side, the whole area. So if you go down on the other side, and I'll show you that the area they call Let's go. So let's go in the center of the town. I will show you. This is the center of the town. When I was growing up, this used to be the center of the town. If you stay here, 10 cents, get over there. If you stay here and face west, it's all without room. If you stay here and face that way, it's all Keyawu, specifically Todi. Now, if you stay here and face east, it's all without Keyawu. So they have to divide themselves so that they will be able to recognize which family you belong to. And it's a very interesting thing because they do that so that they will know which family you belong to. Okay? By doing so, they're able to determine. So in case of trouble, they can say what happened, who's where, and what exactly you're trying to achieve. Oman Weber used to own a building here. Okay? Now, the background over there is the church people having a convention. And I'm not too sure if we'll even be able to get to them. But okay? So I'm just showing you what this whole total area is. It's a big town. And whenever I get on air and talk about total, I just show you. And I haven't even done yet because all the way, about a mile down, it's all houses. Houses, fresh houses. These people all ran to go during the war. They all ran across, became refugees. But they're back. And Total is much, much more beautiful than what it used to be. And we're very grateful to my brother who were able to be involved in bringing back the town. And I'm going to encourage all of you. Let me take my hat so you know that I'm serious. I'm going to encourage all of us to do what we can to make sure this town remains the way it's supposed, the way it is, and even make it better. Because this is Total. This is no Banana Republic or Banana Farm. This is Total. Come on, let's get it together. Thank you very much. Good night.
gega mega garbe galaga mi Dogana edwa wogata kwen Dogana wogatu wogata kwen Kanjemi amaya kobeto wogata kwen Kanjemi o galaga pila wogata kwen Dogana edwa wogata kwen Ewe edwa wogata kwen Dagana no gata kwen Nima daga bayo we lai Mera mata daga kwa Begwe kwa jana kwa vida Dakwe akwenye dwamani Begwe kwa jana kwa la Dakwe akwenye dwamani Bongwe prenga kwa jana kwa jubu Dala kwenga dwamon Africa Ewe dagana edwa Na edwa dagana edwa Na ugata kwen Dupa ugata kwen Dada kwenga duwa mawame Ya modia Maye mokwa Yeba kupela Yeba kukorbeto Yeba kuloningai Yeba korbebu Oya tie menenga modu Anenga modu kwako Grogu kwele nyago Daga na edwa Daga na edwa Daga na edwa Wogata kwen Daga na wogatu Wogata kwen Kanjemi Amega kobeto Wogata kwen Kanjemi o Galaga pila Wogata kwen Dagana edwa wogata kwen Ewe wogata kwen Cuando le mira pégale Kateria Kwaba yebu kema Kadero dia kwa jana kwaba kugene kai Ane mambeni ye kagu po Kwane tepanga drama kwa Drama kunaga kimane gado ke Ya moja ye denga le tompu ye Anwa we dagana ye Dagana ye we Don't babe Anwa kwalo le mena bekale Wala ne anunia mao Waya gange anunia mao Blanga be anunia mao Ekwe dagana edwa Wogata kwen Ngoro black man, ngela nedia. Wogata kwen. Ngoro black man, ngela nedia. Wogata kwen. No ndaga de Kenya, ngela nedia. Wogata kwen. No ndaga de Kenya, ngela nedia. Wogata kwen. No ndaga de Maroto, ngela nedia. Wogata kwen. Kwano le mena kwegale. Wogata kwen. Amwe pipe mame mane ikaika. Wogata kwen. Ewe kwatao. Wogata kwen. Kuma boro nge watao. Wogata kwen. Watao nge watao. Wogata kwen. Wanga nelo watawe. Wogata kwen. Dimaka nelo watawe. Wogata kwen. Aloka loka. Branjila loka. Wogata kwen. Nge atano loka. Merene loka. Nge watao. Got the Jate kwenga gata kwai nu gata kwai. Oh, daga na enwa, daga na enwa, daga na yela kwa, daga na enwa, kwa jana waga jigema, daga na enwa, kwa jana waga kulami gema.
Okay, folks, Samson told LeBron Pablito. That was a very emotional one, but we're getting out of it. We're out of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And there you have it. Whenever I say, I, Samson Toe, from Toe Town, B.I. Clan, B.I. Chiefdom, Basson District, Grand Jida County, Republic of Liberia. Now you know. I thought I did that. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. We appreciate it. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have all of you here again tonight. I'm not too sure if I even need to open, but I'll do it because it's a show anyway. So we'll just go ahead and open the line and see if anybody want to contact or make any comment, whatever comment you want to make. We're ready for it. So let's go ahead and put a number up there. We'll just do a little bit, and we will be out of here very shortly. So give us a call. And these are all emotional issues. Why people are there fighting among themselves, who's going to do what and what have you. I'm showing you Toe Town. I'm showing you Toe Town. And the reason of me showing you Toe Town is not just built by the Toe family. There's many, many, many families that build, like Gio family, Mandiko family, Crown family, every one of us helped to build that. And now when I was showing you that from the beginning, I show you the Kali at Mandingos, the Sackers at Mandingo, okay? But they helped to inform us, mold us, to be honest with you. I think I told you guys a story one time that when we were walking from Zwedru, we walked all the way to Zlatan and was calling who sent his pickup, he sent his bus to pick us up. 5 cents. Our parent didn't pay because he's part of Toe Town family. So we all build our little town. It's a wonderful, wonderful town. And I want to thank all of you again. My number is over there if you want to give me a call and ask a question. That's fine. Let me go ahead. Samson Toe, Mr. So, thank you for calling. Do you want to do Skype or you just want to talk? I'm not hearing. Hold on. Okay, now I should be able to hear you. Hello, Mr. So. Thank you for joining us. Mr. So, are you there? You should. Mr. So. Why is it not? Okay. Let me call you back then. What's going on here? Okay, let's try it. What happened? Testing, 1, 2. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Mr.
Hello?
So, are you there? Yes.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh my goodness. I can't hear anything you're saying, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I've been monitoring, and it's quite amazing. One of the unique network. Our cameras are not letting it just doesn't go only to their voice, but it also goes out to where people need to do. And we need to take a flashback of our own origin places that we've all been. Totan, Nelson District has the administrative headquarters. Paramount chief of that area there. And I told him this evening that
Mr. So, I think you have to reposition
remember
yourself.
huh?
Can you hear me? Your phone is not doing us a favor at all. It's breaking up.
I'm not.
Yeah. So it's really bad for us.
Yeah.
But I know we.
Hello?
Yeah, much little better. I hope it stay like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I say historic, let's say,
There we go.
total
Much
is
better.
a historical.
Mm-hmm. My goodness, folks. All right, Mr. So, it's just bad. So, we're not able to get you tonight at all. So let me try the other number. See if I can get him from the other number.
Hello?
Yeah, much better. I hope it stay like that. Go ahead. You were saying something. Hello? No, he can't. Okay. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? What's talking all total tonight? Go ahead, give me info. Hello? Yeah. Okay. All right, that's person gone. Let's try it and see. What's going on with my phone? Hello? Hello? Okay. Then but anyway, folks, if you're out there, I'm not too sure what is going on with my phone, but we don't know. I'm not too sure what the deal is with my phone here. Wow. Okay. Comfort Henry. No, I don't understand. I don't know do I understand the language? No, I don't speak better. But that would be Elizabeth Hen. The music is beautiful, and I don't think better people just sing and start insulting people. So there's a beautiful music as far as I'm concerned. So no, I don't have to understand for me to enjoy it. Culture is culture. It doesn't matter where you come from. So, okay. Folks, Samson told LeBron Public, let me just take about 5 more minutes of your time here. We thought we did this here tonight, even though it was emotional, especially when I got in the area where my mom kitchen used to be. That was very emotional. But we're grown now. We're all grown men, even though you feel bad. But that's okay. I mean, these people bring you on earth, give you life. And the biggest thing and the biggest happiness that one can get is the opportunity to bury your parents. Because that's, for me, that's one of the most important reasons God allowed you to stay on earth. And that is to help bury your parents. And if you do those kinds of things, then you can say, I'm here. Okay? Let's see. Samson told LeBron Public, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
All right. Loli, how you doing?
Oh, not bad, not bad. How you doing, Chief?
You know the reason why I call you Loli, you never called me one day to tell me, but why you calling me Loli?
Okay.
You know the reason why?
Dodie usually
All right, we have.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have, let me just explain it to you and so that you can send me a copy of that better music. We had one old man, he came to my home vaguely. He was very young. He from Basel. He from some kind of time between, I think we took the bypass when my wife and myself were going to our home in Tuasta, right behind the little village behind Zeletams, right there. We took the when we passed When we passed Doistan, we took the road because the road was cut between Doistan and Seleka. So we took the bypass, we got to the old man farm, the old man home. The old man needs Sam. But if you get to Ziegler and say, I want to see Sam, nobody will know who they call Sam. He got about 13 children in Ziegler, my home, my born town. So the only name they gave him in my home was Sammy Bazon. And we follow the old man too. I follow him when I married to the Tuas family in Tuas town. This is the kind of show that all of us need to watch something. You know, when you go home, visit your people, you know, you started telling the world your background, where you came from and what you can do. You know, it's too amazing. It amazed some of us. And I followed through your show since you put that show on. It came directly on my device. I started watching it. But when some people leave, they go back there, they begin to add their coup. I left from here 2013 when I went home. I started drawing water for myself. My mom not living again. I was like 17, 16, turning 17 when my mom died. My stepmom started telling me, but why you have your sisters and brother here and you drawing water? I said, you know why? She said, you came, you don't put on shoes. You in short pants like the way you grew up in this town. I said, Ma, you know why? If I take my family, I'm coming from America. When I leave here, I enter the plane. So yeah, I enter the plane. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to train people. You know what they're going to do with me? Those I'm working for, they will turn around and start calling me, excuse me, something, and start calling me black bitch. So why should I come in my home and sit down and somebody started serving me? When I was there, when Jika was on my toe, who came to root up my Jika? That not you? So because I came from America, I must stop doing those type of things. So I told my Oma, after a few days, I went and bought my body. I be my own kasawali. Okra, cook my stepmom food. She ate the food. She said, wow, you say cooking from some other time up to this time? I said, Ma, when you in America, if your woman is not there, you know what you do? You suffer. So I would not leave from America to come here and tell somebody to go draw water for me, except I'm sick. And my little sister that next to me was there. They were so rest in peace. She said, but uncle, I said no. My sister's husband and myself got into it one day for two. I had a pickup. I want to do business. I want to buy cocoa and coffee. But I couldn't see coffee. I bought cocoa. The man will be sitting down. The woman will be suffering. So I look at it for long. One time I said, look, my brother-in-law, he said, I said, look, in the evening around 4 o'clock, get our behind in the car, take drum, and go to the water side, pull water, put it in the drum, and give it back for this woman to take back so that I can be able, you know, when I went back when I was fat, I can be able to use your bathroom. But you will not be sitting down whole day, you outside there, when you can't the woman suffering. So my mom said, wow. Yes, I'm saying to taking cup, putting water on his head. You know, that story is so deep, something. It's so deep. The little place we came from, at least when we go back home and videotape the area, how our parents, how the culture look, and come and show it to our children. They can feel good that, oh, my daddy from somewhere. But when we go home and started with it, speciality, nothing behind it, and some of us not stayed on here for at least 20, 25 years. You say you've been here for 40 years, and somebody carry you in Liberia. You see how beautiful the film is, and moreover, we were flock in school. Our parents will come again and flock us over it. When the teacher finish giving you 25 or 30 lashes on your bare butt. Look at the kind of story you explain with Mr. Carr. Where are you today? Is Mr. Carr still alive? He put something in your brain. And you are there now educating us. People who never knew about your story. You telling them your story. And look at something told today. Something told those white people. And something told begin to tell them, say, you're saying something told from Total. You see how amazing that story is? When they see us here, sometimes they don't value what we say. And I saw it the last time with that Nigerian woman who said she treated 350 patients with chloroquine and zinc and zipperman. Nobody died. But now the body something to. Look, man, look, I was looking at your show, sharing tears. But please, your something, send me that better music. Please send it to me. And write my name today on your phone. Put BERH. But they know I put that Lodi. Okay?
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes. We'll do that.
I said, please put my name. Please put my name. Program my name. The same way I program something to Liberia Radio.
Okay.
Put it there.
Okay.
BERH and put brother-in-law.
Okay. All right, I will.
All right, but guys, send me that music, man. I really love that music, and that documentary is very, very much, fantastic. I love that. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution. Okay, folks, give me a call, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Like I said, we do these things here, and I'm feeling bad that I can't get Alfonso because I know he has some serious stuff he wants to talk about tonight. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hey, Pato, this is Nancy from Houston, Texas. How you doing?
Why you been hiding the music from all the time? Yeah.
You enjoying the song,
man, I'm still sweating. I've been dancing the whole time.
Yeah, but thank you so much for playing it. I was doing something and I missed the show, the beginning of the show.
What is that guy? Some lady over here is asking what is that?
Hello?
What is that guy? What is he saying about? Is that about election?
Yeah, the song is about educating voters, about politicians, the promises they made, Like the song says, when they are not there, they say a lot of things. They will come to you and say, when you put me in office, I will build your road. I will do this for you. Your kids will go to school.
Okay, so
they will all say to you,
it suit my voter education stuff. Then that's good. That would be my opening song from now on. Now that I know.
100%. It's true because the guy saying the song that they will come and say to you, you will keep together everything. But the moment they get into power, the whole song change around now. It's different, Mm-hmm. So that's the message in the music, and I'm happy that somebody's on the platform, explaining it to people who don't understand the better language, And when I joined the platform lately, I saw you in your hometown, Tucson, and I was so happy to see you giving information about the town and the kids coming around saying hi, even introducing your relatives. I was so happy about that. And I want to say thank you for showing us Tucson because the wonderful Tucson. I was thinking, how Tucson looks like, So thank you so much. But I just want to say thank you for the show. Even though I basically so I can't say much about what you're talking about. I want to say thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Let me see if I can try Mr. So again. I don't know why is he difficult to get tonight?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what is the deal with network in your area this evening, but I just thought that I'll call
What?
you.
Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you now much better. I hope it stay like that. Go ahead.
Okay, I thought that was some of those usual tactics. Look, but it was very, very reflective, real memory type video there because, like I was saying, Totan. Totan is the administrative headquarters within the Biait region there, which of course my father served, my late father served as a paramount chief in Totan. And especially when you're on the campuses of Ito Memorial Institute, it also brings memory because every sons and daughter within the BI clan or within that belt really went through that institution, which happens to be myself between 75, 74. And I remember those days when you were sharing some of the memory time that Principal Colley, Teacher Colley, and all of those people, you were quite amazing. And you remember, and exactly that's what you were saying. Those days when school closing is in the night,
Yes.
predominantly it's blue and white uniform people used to wear. Yeah, blue and white uniform. My own time, BI, which is few kilometers, maybe 45 minutes or like an hour walk. My older sister, who is now considered as a mom that is here, she was married in Totan to the Kwate family. And our mothers, they used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning for us to walk us. Because on the highway from our time, they have this graveyard. Our time for the downhill, we have another sections up the hill, and we have the other group, Nico. So we all used to meet, right? And we'll wake up, it would be like a town crier. The guys are into the upside there. Hey, let's meet down the hill to the foot.
Yes.
And say, okay, we're going, those sort of stuff. But now, the funny thing here is, in every group, there are some bad ones. When those guys, when we reach certain places, like around the graveyard area, on purpose, somebody would create some sort of drama to create fear in people, and people would pick up running. Oh, I saw the spirit coming here. Somebody coming in white. So, and I was much younger, so it was a tough thing. Every other time, it was this sort of race, running. So, it was too much. So, my sister said, you know what? Alfonso is the younger one, so he needs to come to move to Totan, and that's why we moved to Totan. But I know something that you forgot, and you definitely know about the very wind there that you were showing that river before getting to Totan. Predominantly, they were the Bella people, right? And they were in majority in the military. So within the Totan area, Totan had a very good barracks. So that was their own area.
Right.
Not that they were out of the town, but hey, that's where the school go quite by the town.
In fact, it was used to be called Copper Farm.
Copper Farm, there you go. But here is the thing here. Those guys from Toll Memorial Institute to that Taiwan there is just a few minutes walk. But for those of us that live BI and beyond those town villages, by the time, those that used to cook those buckwheat food, people used to eat it. And we were working like a 1 hour mile, 1 hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Sometimes, depends. Sometimes we'll be running. After school, those guys get a habit of running ahead of us. And after eating, they will cast it right on the road. You have the rivers, the bridge there, 2 ends, water running here. There's no way that you can bypass. And guess what? What they will say? We have to wrestle here. We have to fight on it. We have to fight here. What kind of business is this?
That Gene Cooper there.
Yeah. We have to wrestle here. Somebody got to fight. So there's no way you can bypass because the bridge is right there. You can go in the river. You can go swim. You can go do anything. They said across the road before you pass here. We have to wrestle. Yeah. It was the habit. We took that complaint to the school. School can't do anything when they talk to her. By the time you go along again after 1-2 days, those guys then they said we got to wrestle. So they did it. This guy, they did it one day. We have one of our cousins, Nelson. Nelson Quinwan. He's a very strong guy. So every road got a dead end. They did it over and over. Nelson said, "Okay, this thing here is too much." These people who doing the things say, Lord, they are freaking lazy. So we gotta put them to test. And Nelson, he used to be like a goalkeeper, those kind of, he used to be between the posts. He can butt crazy.
Right.
Nelson and those guys jumped into it. The first man, Nelson grabbed the guy. Nelson butt the hair out of that guy. The very first thing, blood came from his mouth. When they saw that blood, they were scared. By the time Nelson ran to the other person, he had to jump in the bush. And I mean, after that incident, something, I'm telling you, that was the end of the whole thing. And guess what? They all became friends. When we coming down, by the time they get, they're bringing bananas, they're bringing guava, the apple stuff, and things. They're bringing it for us to have a conversation. Right. So it was quite amazing. But yeah, one of the funny things, I'm not going to call this family name. Predominantly, they are well known in Total. This guy who he stuttered a lot, recitation. When they call him to do a recitation, and this other guy here, prominent family person. I'm not going to call the family name because when I call the family name, they would know. But he was a trouble guy. So they will call you, and exactly what you said, they will call you publicly. If you fail, they tell you, say you're flunk. So when they call this guy, now those days they used to have those firecracker, those fireworks, and you just scrap it, rub it on the match your back.
And that's it.
Oh man! If the principal call it, if he's new, he never will call that guy to bring him to that sort of public ridicule to tell him say he flunked. By the time he said, and that's how the whole closing program was erupted completed. By the time he said that, the guy took out his machete and scratched that thing and threw it in the old man. The kind of Russian coat those days that the old man used to wear. He threw that firecracker. The next thing we saw that blaze of fire. They said, "Oh, that him that we know the man, you're behind people," and the whole auditorium just went wild. The whole closing program that night. Closing those days, school closing those days were very good, amazing.
Yeah.
It used to be in the night, and in the night, see everybody wearing their blue and white. And they're going to call your parents, and everybody going to be sitting down there. Second grade, your count. They will start at that. In second grade, we have 5 students. Out of the 5 students, 3 fail. So everybody wants to know who that 3 that fail and who the 2 that pass. And guess what? You know it, and they will call people out there publicly. Yes. And they tell you, say, you fail. So I see it. It was a discipline in itself. Maybe it went extreme, to over the top, but that was sort of enforced to say, hey, you need to do your work.
Yeah,
you need
if
to
you're going
study.
back next year, you definitely don't want to flunk. You want to work.
Oh yeah. So this guy Abido. That's why I love the parade business. When I even went to Tottenham, I decided to join the special unit, special squad for Flag Day parade. Abido was the guy. Flag Day when that guy when he dressed, when he say he doing our rights and stuff like that. Yeah. It was quite amazing. The fever is still there, but those days back, I'm not sure things that really used to happen. It is happening now. But in itself, there was a discipline in itself to get people. But nowadays, the little children, the cussing older people, and those are the kind of things that we're in touch with. But I think it was a good thing that you took all back to there. The only thing, you deliberately, we plan, I should have been on this program here. You put me to sleep, and by the time I wake up, I told Nat. I said, Nat, you see this old man here? We had a plan today, and he did not call me. And here he playing a little trick here. I'm calling now. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with my phone tonight, but anyway, thank God the phone pickups are live. But again, I think your trip was wonderful. Very reflective. It brings to memory a lot of the good things that we did those days. But the amazing thing here, those days, Total was better, but the war too brought a lot of destruction. But I know that's actually a couple of years tape there, but I did a lot of improvement has been made. But overall, there are a lot of good people that went through the Amber that are told Memorial Institutes that are doing extremely well. And for us to take reflections or take a little step back where we came from, and when you was talking about these things, then I was killing myself, especially by the time I get your hell. Can you imagine you walking 1 hour and after finishing your bucket with it, you and all got to fight. I want this one year. They want myself will fight. Can you imagine? You don't even have strength. We grabbing
Yeah.
stuff on the highway to eat to keep us before we can. And it was whole year. You go today, you come back the next day. You go today, you come back. So imagine asking people to fight for almost a week. So if you do that calculation a whole year, do you know what it means? But I thank God Nelson Quinn wonder cut that whole nonsense off.
Right, right,
But the bottom
right.
line at the end of the day, we all became one family because they all were in total and everything was good. But I think it was a very good program tonight. Sometimes we got to take a deep step back, see where we came from and where we are going to run. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. So. I knew you had something important to talk about, so I apologize for the mix-up. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. One of the things that I think the song that I play here and the young man described to me, just giving me the meaning of that song, I will make that song into my voter education process here on LPR. Because this is exactly what I'm looking for. And even though it's impeller, but hey, now we know the meaning. And the people, I mean, if I were in Liberia State, most likely I would be able to understand better now to help me, But I think that's something we're going to do. Folks, again, Samson told LeBron Public Radio. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. We want to thank all of you that follow. And I thought we had a successful show tonight. They were emotional. We're talking total time. There's a young lady that was watching me here. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to show the area where she used to demonstrate. That woman can cry. Now she be woman, I can't call her name. But she can cry. When she was little in total, what's wrong with you? Then she would start from her grandma. What happened those days? How she went, and then she got born, and then who did what to her, everything. In the meantime, though, she holding her, on the side like this so it don't drop. She still got big mouth, she can still talk, but those days she could cry. She could cry. But I'm not going to call her name. She was watching me earlier, but I'm not going to call her name. When I was showing the marble color, I wanted to call her name, but then I thought, no, if I do that, if I call her name right now, a lot of things going to come out of my mouth. So let me just But she's a wonderful, wonderful person. Anyhow, folks, I want to thank all of you again and say thank you very much for joining us this evening. It was a wonderful show. From time to time, we will do that. And if you went back home and have your own video you want us to showcase your town, just shoot us a message and we'll try to find means to collect the video and put it together so we can show your town as well. Because, folks, these are, remember now, Liberia, we just coming from a civil war, number one. And second thing is, the fact that we're from civil war and our brothers and sisters decided, no, you know what, we're going to move back home and get things better and get it on the way. I think it's a wonderful thing to showcase the little town here and there. Of course, Totown is big. It's a beautiful city in the entire Granada County. I say so. My opinion. You're entitled to yours. I'm entitled to mine. But no, on a very serious note, I want to thank all of you again. Say thank you very much. Please join us again Wednesday, where we'll go back into voter registration. But now you know, when I say Totown, at least you have some idea of what the town is looking like now. One of these days, because there's a lot of pictures for then and now, and they're only pictures. I saw something earlier today when I was doing my little research that where they have a video, and I'm not too sure if they have video of Totown, but there's this man over there I think he's in Indiana. He used to be Peace Corps in Liberia, in Totown specifically. And my understanding, he has lots and lots of pictures, including some picture of your own. So we'll try to dig those up and then bring that up. Not that we want to relive the past, but at least some of us, if we're having kids here. So when I came back from Liberia, I put this, not just this video, but a video when I went to visit the kids mom's town and everything else. So when I brought it and put all of them told town this and the Yaoundé, I put all of them Yaoundé and Jerusalem, put all of them together, and the kids were able to watch it. They have a little idea of what the places that we were living before coming here. The creek, the mom used to swim in. I brought a video of that, even though it's dry now, but she was able to tell her kids, this is what I used to do. And then, at least there's little stuff there for us to have the kids to look at. And that was one of the main reasons. But anyhow, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Please join us. I'm sure Mr. So will be on tomorrow. And please join me Wednesday where I will pick up again about the voter education. Before I leave, I'm on Facebook. I'm on social media a lot because if you're doing these kind of things, you want to keep up. You want to know what's happening. And from social media, specifically Facebook, the infighting that is happening between Facebook platform personality, it's not doing us no good. Is this the only way that we can talk about politics, attacking each other? Is this the only way that we can talk about Liberia, attacking each other? So if the person says something that you know is not true, you can defend it without insulting. You will keep it like that, we're going downhill. And then the Liberian people will no longer believe whenever any of us open our mouths. So this is about integrity. People all the way in the village that listen to some of these things. And if you're fighting among yourself, cussing each other, condemning each other's statement, what have you, just to prove a point, because your political party was talked about and what have you, you want to disprove that. Well, you can disprove the person point without insult, without bringing the person video, listen to what they say. So what is that going to do? It's not helping us. But this is how things start. First, they try to destroy the information process. And once the information process is destroyed, then they give their narrative based on what they believe in and based on what they can get, because now they're in control. So don't let yourself get fooled into that. Don't fight with nobody. Stick with your platform. Talk about things that you know, even if people don't agree with you. But if you turn around and start fighting with other people based on the fact that they start fighting, you're abusing the system, I would say so. So I just thought that I put it out there. Not that LPR is going to be involved in that kinds of stuff. And you can bring it on, cuss out, do whatever you want to do. We will stick to it. I mean, you saw yesterday, Mr. So, I was on Mr. Soul's show. And people that were watching, many of the people that were watching. I don't know what this is. Okay, we need to see if that's Samson told LeBron Public. Are you calling personal or are you calling to contribute to the show?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, on the air. You want to contribute or you want me to call you back?
Oh, no, not yet. I just called to say thank you the other day. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Then let me call you back.
Yeah. All right, okay, all right.
Okay.
Bye.
This is the PA chapter of the Boston District President, coordinator. And he just called it. He's also having to be my own little brother, literally, pretty much. But anyhow, you saw Mr. So and Mr. So and his conservative body, they gained out on me, but they can't make it with a liberal progressive. And so you can see here, genuinely don't agree on a lot of things on our own platform. But that doesn't mean we're going to get out and go because we don't agree with other people, the way things they say on their platform, we don't agree with, so we're going to start insulting them. And for what reason? Even if I don't agree with somebody on their own platform, you, the audience that are watching, you watch them and you watch me. And then you make that determination as to who's telling the truth and who's credible. I'm not going to degrade the other person because I want you guys to watch me. I want audience. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Because that's, to me, is a sign of weakness, to be honest with you. So I'll leave it as that and say thank you. I'll say thank you very much, and please join us on Wednesday. And this music is going to be my opening until the end of the election period. Let's listen again. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, thank you very much, and good night, folks.
mo ekwe daga na edwa na ogata kwe ngoro black ngela nyedia ogata kwe ngoro black ngela nyedia na ogata kwe no daga de kenya ngela nyedia ogata kwe no daga de kenya ngela nyedia na ogata kwe no daga de maroto ngela nyedia ogata kwe wano le mena pegale na ogata kwe ya pipe ma me mane kai go ogata kwe ekwe kwatao na ogata kwe como boro nge kwatao ogata kwe kwatao nge kwatao na ogata kwe wana nelo kwatao ogata kwe di makanelo kwatao na ogata kwe aloka loka brangira loka ogata kwe nge tsano loka merene loka na ogata kwatao Takwe,